If you guys struggle with your memory, you guys usually forget stuff, maybe stuff you just memorize, or maybe you struggle with your business, remembering all the data, it goes into your mind. Maybe your mom, your dad trying to teach something to your kids, or your kids say something, you forget it. Or maybe you're a student in a college school who oftenly forget that, oh, what you just read or what to write in the exam. If you have a struggle with memorizing information, this is the right place for you to learn. This video I'm specifically posting for those individuals who want to learn more about memory, how memory works, and how we can increase our memorization up to like 1000%, and how not to forget something. And it's very, very important when it comes to memorizing. So here's a couple things I want you to remember. And before I get started, I just want to give a shout out that I hope you guys are all safe during what's going on in this time, and everybody is getting fed. Everybody is I hope you are doing well, exercising. Like it's all important part of life. Moving forward, the first step I will talk about before memorizing is what is a memory, right? Like what is a thing we call memory? So memory is a small part of brain. It just store information like our computer does, our phone does, like the way we search, or maybe you take a picture, or maybe you send somebody a text. It store all the data so you can recall that memory anytime you want to, as easy as possible. And you can do this with your brain as well. It's very simple, but it's not easy. You gotta practice it over and over, and that's how I increased my memory as well during the last 3 years of period. Just so you guys know, like when I was in high school and my primary school and in my college, I had a tough time memorizing information, and I didn't really understand until I understand the mechanism goes behind it and the strategy that I need to apply with my specific brain. That, hey, listen, that's how I can learn better, and that's how I can retain better. Now I have read, like, in last years, I would say like 100 books, and I memorize every book, every single page. Like you name me a page of a book, I will recall it right away. So how would you do it? And people have such a tough time, and that's the most expensive mistake you can do in your life. When you say, I forget. Like whether you're a business owner, whether you're in sales, or whether you're a student, whether you're a mom, dad, brother, sister, like whatever specific position you are in your life, if you have this problem, I forget, that's the most expensive mistake to do. You can research it. Most expensive mistake, I forget. So let's get started with the first step to learning about memory. So first thing before we started, it's very, very critical to learn that there is no such thing as bad memory or good memory. Like there's no such thing. You're gonna hear this from people when you ask people to go and learn something new. They specifically come up with this idea of, hey, listen, I have a like bad memory. I can't memorize anything. I have too much going on. I have this, I have that. Like there's like 20 and 100,000 excuses before you go and learn something. That's not the real issue. The real issue is you gotta understand what's going on. When you know KNOW, you will be motivated. When you don't know, oh, like you're gonna be demotivated. You don't want to do it. It's suck. Like whatever excuse you can call, that's gonna come and stuck into your head, and then you're not gonna end up doing that task. So first, there's no good or bad memory. There is trained and untrained. You get it? You're right. Trained and untrained. Yes, you're right. There is two type of memories. There's a trained memory, and then there's an untrained memory. It's very important for you guys, like for you guys to learn. Like I have right now about I guess 10,000 customers in my portfolio. I know each of them by name. I can memorize them by face. Okay, I can recall it. Okay, if they call me, or maybe they call me from unidentified number, and as soon as they say something, I can pick up their voice and recall everything: their face, their name, their business, their location. Like it's everything is in here, and it's all about organizing data in your brain. So the first thing is there's only two type of memories. Okay, trained memory and untrained memory. And this I learned from a guy called Jim Quick, and he's been on one of the podcasts on Apple. And then he also have like a bunch of books he posted out. And he this guy has like he teach Will Smith, he teach Bill Gates, you name it, he teach all of these guys. And it really inspired me from what he does. And it was I was so stunned 3 years ago when I learned it. The second thing is learning about the biology of your brain. Okay, only 1/3 of your brain, like 1/3 part of your brain, you don't control it. Okay, it's biological, it's like genes. But 2/3 of your brain, you still control it. It's in your hand what you want to do with this part of brain. Okay, so don't ever feel, oh, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to say, or you don't know what to da 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 da. Like there's all excuses comes up when it comes to doing something. Yes, it's hard, but it's you gotta work on it. It's all about practice, practice, practice. So remember again, I want you to write this down. Actually, make some notes. It's very important. 1/3 of your brain is not in your control, but 2/3 of your brain is still in your control. And that 2/3 of your brain can affect that 1/3 of your brain, because it's all about the type of the way of, and like how you consume data, how you frame it, how you deframe it, how you reframe it. So it all matters. So there's something called, it's a short form I'm gonna say so you guys can memorize it easier. It's called MOM hyphen mom hyphen DF. Okay, again, MOM hyphen DF, deframing, framing, and DFR, deframing, framing, reframing. The first is mom. Okay, the first is memory. The first is motivation. My bad. First is motivation. Second is observation. Third is mechanism, strategy. Okay, so let's talk about first M. Memorization has all to do with mom, DFR. So M, motivation. Why motivation is so important when it comes to retaining, or when it comes to learning or observing whatever data or whatever information you're consuming. If you guys have ever read Simon Sinek history or psychology or book called Start With Why, it's very important to know this. Like you may be unconsciously incompetent, but it's very important to know that that's how it exactly goes. If you don't have motivation to learn something, you're not gonna retain it. Okay, I don't care how much you guys are there, but you just not gonna retain it. It's like sitting somewhere but thinking about something else. It happens to all of us. It's because of lack of motivation. So it's called 6 second syndrome. Okay, for whenever you pick up something, for first 6 second, if you do not organize the data in your brain, and it's a practice, I already told you guys, it's not gonna happen right away. You guys gotta like put the time in, and you guys gotta put the practice in. That data gonna go into your mind. You're right, it goes into your mind, whether you're learning or you're hearing it by your eyes, your ears, or maybe you're feeling it. It can be like, sometimes your ears are closed, your eyes are closed, but you can feel something. It's like imagination. That the 6 second syndrome helps you organize that data. And before the 6 second, if you were not able to organize it and save it, there's a high percentage of chance that you will not memorize it. Okay, why I call it 6 second syndrome. Somebody tell you their name like this, okay, and after 6 seconds you're wondering, oh, like what was your name again, and you're asking the person, what was your name again, what was it happens because for the piece of information you got, you were not paying 100% attention. Okay, your brain was somewhere else. Like consciously, you were not there. Okay, that's why it happens. Okay, so motivation. Why I say the first letter of mom. What if you get, for example, if I give you, hey, listen, you will get 100,000 or 200,000 or $1 million. Okay, if you remember my name, and my name is Talwinder, and I will e-transfer you or give you my check right now, and I will sign it. Would you remember my name after 10 minutes? I promise you, you guys will. Because you guys got incentivized because I give you that incentive to memorize my name. So what happens? The motivation kicks in, okay? So remember that. What happened? Your bad memory doesn't go away. Like you don't have something good memory or bad memory. It's just not trained. So you get so much motivated. You're like, I got your attention, like $100,000. Oh my God, that's so it's such a blessing. That's what happened when it comes to motivating yourself, and it only comes by learning your purpose of learning that whatever you're teaching yourself. So yes, again, motivation is super important, and understanding why you gotta learn this, why, like all the motivation in the whole world or any human beings, like I studied it so deeply, it comes from understanding your purpose. It never comes from money. Even remember, maybe you're thinking, oh, money motivates me. It's not the money that motivates you, it's the stuff you're gonna go and buy, or stuff you're gonna do with the money, and the feelings you're gonna get from it. That's what inspires you. Okay, it's money is a part, it's a part of the process, and don't like get me wrong, money is important, but it's a part of the process. It's not the end of the process. Okay, end of the process is what you're gonna get from it, the type of feelings you're gonna have, like what, how it's gonna make you feel, the certainty. Second thing is, I want you to know this. You are a memory expert, okay? You are a memory expert. I don't care what somebody have told you about your brain or about you, that you suck, you can't learn, you can't do that, la, 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 la. If they all, like all blah, 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 all that garbage is in your mind and you believe that, guess what? You're not going to learn, okay? So you must believe you can learn, because your belief system is very important. Understand why? Why is your belief system? Okay, what you believe, what do you think is right, what you think is true, what do you think is that's how it is. Okay, and it's very important. If you believe something to be true, yes, it's true. Okay, if you believe something to be true, it's true for you. That doesn't mean it's true for somebody else. It can be totally wrong for someone else. If I believe this is the best pen in the world, or if I believe, oh, like this is the best notepad in the world, guess what? It is, because I believe it so deep down. Okay. The next step, observation. Oh, mom, M for, what was the first one? Motivation. The second one, observation. Okay. So when it comes to observation, we also call it it's also like equals to retention. The more you observe, the more you retain. Okay. So in last 3 months, I've been to so many different relatives, so many different events, so many different places. I can literally pick up a one place and I can tell you everything. Everything means like almost everything on the walls, on the corners, the type of sofa, the color of the sofa, where I sat in, like what did we talk about, who was the person I was talking to, how many people were there, where my car was parked, how much I paid for my car ticket, like literally, like it's everything is embedded. I can recall it if I wanted to. So how do you guys do that? Okay, again, it's not your attention. It's not about your retention, okay? It's not that how much you can retain. No, it's totally wrong if you guys have learned it. Like literally, if you guys go and read 500 books about memory, it has nothing to do with your retention. It has all to do with the attention. Okay, how much laser focused are you on learning something? How much aware are you on learning something? I still remember, like, throughout my first 18 years when I was in a high school, primary school, and my college, I had tough timing learning from books and teachers. Like it was just like it was suck. Like I didn't know what to do when it comes to memorizing specific questions or answers, or specific topics. When my teacher asked me to recall it, oh man, like I struggle recalling it because I didn't pay attention to it because it was not so important to me. So when something is very 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 important to you, and you really want to learn it, like you really want it bad, like I promise you guys, your attention kicks in, and you pay 100% focus, like you are lasered like this. Okay, I want you to understand this. Okay, why we remember our favorite movies so hard. It's like deep down in our guts, like, and we believe it too. Here's what happened: when we go, even before we go and watch that movie, we start imagining that movie. That, oh my god, like that movie didn't become best because you went and watched that movie. That experience didn't just make it best. You believe it deep down before you go there. And your attention, what it did is it forced you to pay attention to every single second. And I promise you, recall that movie, you will remember everything: the seat number you were, the type of food you ate, who were you with, what car you drove, what time was it, what day was it, what month was it. Like you will literally recall everything. It's so crazy. So I want you to ask this question to yourself. It's always about attention. Do you guys agree with me? And I bet you guys do agree, and I 100% know that I'm right about it, and I'm confident. Okay, I'm confident about it. It's all about attention. So the second thing about attention, okay, again, attention doesn't mean just because you're listening, just because you're watching, just because you're feeling it, that means you're learning. Okay? Now, listening doesn't mean listening, reading doesn't mean reading, watching doesn't mean watching if you're not there. You get it? Consciousness, awareness, okay? How much you are there. And it's so believed to be true, like the stress level of your body, like your heart, your mind, like your muscles, like if it's not all connected and your spirit is not there, it's just you will have tough time memorizing it. Not because you don't want to, it's because your unconscious and conscious mind cannot coordinate. So here's what happened is your consciousness is not there. It's like your consciousness is forced, like it's been forced to go somewhere else for the time being. And the moment you are not there, guess what, you're missing that time frame there. Like it's just like sometimes you're gonna feel this, like you're listening to something and then you're totally thinking and imagining that there's something else going. Like you even forget what's going in front of you. Have you guys ever find something so boring that it doesn't even matter to you? You're like, just lay down and you're like, it's all right, and you're totally thinking about something else. That's what happened when it comes to attention, like listening. When you listen, most of the people, what they do is they don't listen to listen to you. They listen to make sure that they respond to you right. So what happened is they deactivate, like if they shut down their understanding mechanism, and they turn on their response mechanism. Okay, if you guys ever heard, like probably in my last video, defense response. So what they do is they shut down their understanding, and that's what happened when you're so angry. Okay, you shut down. It's like your understanding is shut down. That's why people say, hey, listen, do not ever make a decision when you're angry. That's why they say it, because your understanding is like shut down. It's like you cannot pull anything from your understanding is gone. But your defense is still gonna be on because you're angry, your emotions are high, like your blood pressure is like through the roof, your heart is pumping. So yeah, again, listening, listen to understand, do not listen to respond. Okay, watch to understand, do not watch to react. So like, don't be so reactive, like understand it. Okay, the third one is sorry, I'm just keep looking there because there's like something flying outside. I live on top floor, and it's amazing, like there's a plane going down. It's like they're just like, turning around all the time. The third one is mechanism. Okay, mechanisms are so important. Mechanics are is a strategy. Okay, the strategy behind how you how you as a human being watch, read, listen, feel something, and store it in your memory. What's the strategy you apply? Okay, remember the first strategy I told you? If I give you $100,000, would you memorize my name? Yes, you will, and I bet you will. And what's gonna happen is you will become so inspired by that incentive that you will do whatever it takes to remember the name. Even you have to recall it and say it over and over, or maybe you have to write it somewhere. Okay, so mechanisms are important, and it can be different for every human being. I have met tens and thousands of people who can listen and retain so well. I have met tens and thousands of people who can watch and retain so well. I have met thousands of people who can just see, like just see something, and create a story. You guys maybe know about artists. That's what they do. Like they can take a lot of information in, and they can compress it, and they can display it on a one image, and you will understand everything what's going on. Okay, that's what's the reason behind those artists. They are beautiful. So mechanism. We're gonna talk about this in a later segment because there's a lot to talk about mechanisms. But understand, strategy is very important. How you guys store, and what's the step by step formula you guys are applying to store the information in your memory, so you guys can recall it as fast as you want, memorize it as fast as you want, and understand it as fast as you want. You got it? So in the next segment, I'm gonna be talking about more deep down in the steps, what it takes to really go deep down in every single sub steps and all the information necessary to do it. And I hope you guys love this video. If you guys like this video, just post your comment. Hey, listen, what was missing? And also, please give your feedback again, your feedback. If there was anything I can explain better, I would love to learn it can be bad or good feedback. It doesn't have to be great feedback. And yes, and one more thing I forget, we also gonna be talking about, remember, DFR, deframing, framing, and reframing. Okay, we're gonna be talking about that in a later segment, and in probably 3 segments after this. Okay, thank you so much, and I wish you guys a great day. Be safe out there, wear your mask, make sure, like, keep your social distancing, make sure stay at home, eat clean, exercise. Okay, exercise, it's very important, guys. Exercise. Make sure you're helping each other, support your community, do what it takes to help people. Okay, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.